Most people never lose someone because they were unattractive. They lose them because they were predictable. And the moment you become predictable, desire quietly dies. Listen carefully, because this is something most people discover far too late. Attraction is rarely about looks, money, or the perfect words. Those things might open a door, but they almost never create real desire. Desire lies somewhere deeper in the human mind, somewhere emotional, instinctive, and often invisible. When a woman says she's not interested, many men make the same mistake. They try harder, they text more, they explain themselves, they try to prove their value like a salesman begging for attention. And ironically, that effort is exactly what pushes desire further away. Because attraction doesn't grow when someone feels chased. It grows when someone feels curious. Human psychology works in a very simple way. The mind values what it cannot fully predict. The brain releases dopamine when something feels uncertain, intriguing, slightly mysterious. That's why people binge watch shows, fall in love with stories, and obsess over people they can't quite figure out. But when someone becomes emotionally available too quickly, when their attention is constant and guaranteed, the mystery disappears. And mystery is the oxygen of attraction. This doesn't mean playing childish games or pretending to be someone you're not. Real psychological attraction is not manipulation. It's emotional positioning. It's understanding how human curiosity works. When a woman feels that she already understands everything about you within the first few conversations, her brain quietly categorizes you as safe but predictable. And predictable rarely sparks desire. But when she senses depth, she hasn't fully explored. When she notices confidence that isn't begging for validation, when she realizes your attention isn't easily earned, something subtle happens. Her mind starts asking questions. Who is this person really? Why doesn't he react the way others do? Why do I feel curious about him? And curiosity is the beginning of desire. The biggest misunderstanding about attraction is thinking it's created by convincing someone to like you. But attraction is rarely logical. People don't fall into desire because they were persuaded. They fall into desire because something about the emotional dynamic pulls them in. And the truth is, confidence isn't loud. Confidence isn't constant compliments or dramatic gestures. Real confidence is emotional stability. It's the calm energy of someone who doesn't feel the need to chase approval. When a woman senses that energy, something shifts in her perception. Suddenly, you are no longer just another person trying to impress her. You become someone she's trying to understand. And when the human mind tries to understand someone, attention naturally follows. But there is another layer most people never realize. Attraction isn't just about mystery. It's about emotional contrast. When someone's behavior is flat, predictable, and overly accommodating, the emotional experience feels dull. But when someone brings warmth, humor, independence, and self-respect into interactions, the emotional range becomes stimulating, and stimulation is where attraction grows. This is why people are drawn to those who have a life outside the interaction. Goals, passions, direction. Not because those things are impressive on paper, but because they signal something powerful. A person who values their own life. And the moment someone senses that you value your own time and energy, they begin to value it too. Because human psychology mirrors perceived value. If you treat your attention as something rare, meaningful, and earned, people instinctively start to treat it that way as well. And that shift, that subtle psychological change, is often the moment when someone who once felt indifferent suddenly starts looking at you differently. Because attraction doesn't begin when you try harder. It begins the moment someone starts wondering about you. There's a moment in every interaction where attraction either begins to grow or quietly disappears. Most people never notice when that moment happens. It's not when you send a message, it's not when you give a compliment, and it's definitely not when you try to impress someone. It happens when emotional energy changes. Here's the uncomfortable truth many people avoid. When someone senses that you need their approval, the dynamic immediately shifts, not because they're cruel, but because human psychology reacts strongly to perceived emotional pressure. Neediness doesn't look dramatic. It hides in small behaviors, replying instantly every time, over-explaining yourself, trying too hard to keep a conversation alive. These things feel harmless, but they quietly send one message to the subconscious mind. Asterisk, this person is more invested than I am. Asterisk, and when the emotional balance tilts too far in one direction, desire fades. Attraction grows best when emotional energy flows both ways. Think about the people who naturally draw attention when they walk into a room. They're not usually the loudest. They're not trying to be impressive. In fact, many of them seem almost relaxed, detached from the need to prove anything. That calm independence creates psychological intrigue. When a woman senses that your mood, confidence, and happiness don't depend on her reaction, something powerful happens. She begins to see you differently, not as someone seeking approval, but as someone who already values himself. And self-value is magnetic. This doesn't mean ignoring someone or acting cold. Those tactics often backfire because they feel artificial. What matters is emotional balance. Respond with interest, but never desperation. Show warmth, but never overinvestment. When your attention feels intentional rather than constant, conversations gain weight. Words start to matter more because they're not flooding the space endlessly. Another powerful psychological trigger is emotional presence. Most people talk asterisk at asterisk each other instead of actually connecting. They rush through conversations, thinking about what to say next instead of truly listening. But when someone feels genuinely understood, their brain releases oxytocin, the chemical linked to trust and bonding. This is why deep conversations create attraction faster than surface-level ones. Instead of asking predictable questions, pay attention to emotional details. Listen for the stories behind someone's words. When you respond with curiosity instead of performance, something shifts. Suddenly, the interaction feels different, not like a routine conversation, but like a moment of real connection. And connection is rare in a world where most interactions feel rushed and shallow. There's also something else happening beneath the surface. The human mind becomes fascinated with people who seem emotionally grounded. Someone who doesn't react dramatically, who stays composed, who laughs easily, but also speaks with depth. That emotional stability signals strength, and strength, especially calm strength, is deeply attractive. But perhaps the most overlooked truth about attraction is this. People want to feel asterisk, chosen asterisk, not chased. When someone feels chased, they feel pressure. When someone feels chosen, they feel valued. There's a difference. Chasing says, I need you to validate me. Choosing says, I appreciate you, but my life already has direction. One feels heavy, the other feels empowering. When you interact from a place of genuine self-respect, your attention becomes meaningful instead of desperate. And suddenly, the same person who once felt indifferent may start noticing things about you they ignored before. Your calm confidence, your humor, your independence. Because the moment someone stops trying to convince another person to like them, they often become far more interesting. And interest, when mixed with curiosity and emotional balance, slowly begins turning into something much stronger: desire. There is a quiet shift that happens in someone's mind when attraction begins to grow. It's subtle, almost invisible, but once it starts, it changes everything. It begins when someone realizes you are not easily replaceable. Most people try to create attraction by becoming agreeable. They say yes to everything. They avoid disagreement. They try to be the perfect version of what they think the other person wants. But something strange happens when you do that. You disappear, not physically, but psychologically. Because when someone senses that you are constantly adapting yourself to please them, they stop seeing a strong individual. Instead, they see someone trying to fit into their world, rather than someone who already has one. And attraction rarely grows towards someone who feels like they are seeking permission to belong. Real desire begins when a woman feels your individuality, your perspective, your boundaries, your sense of self. This doesn't mean being argumentative or difficult. It means being authentic. If you disagree with something, say it calmly. If you have a different opinion, express it without hostility. When someone sees that you're comfortable standing in your own viewpoint, it signals something powerful: self-respect. And self-respect is one of the most attractive psychological signals a person can display. Think about it for a moment. Why do people admire leaders, artists, and individuals who seem confident in their identity? It's not because they are perfect. It's because they feel real. When someone feels real, grounded, and emotionally steady, the brain interprets that as strength, and strength creates safety. Not the boring kind of safety that feels predictable, but the deeper kind that makes someone feel secure around you. This is especially powerful in relationships. Many people believe attraction is built through constant attention, but the opposite is often true. Attraction grows through emotional rhythm, moments of connection followed by moments of independence. If someone feels like you are always available, always waiting, always ready to respond instantly, the interaction loses tension. And psychological tension, the healthy kind, is what keeps interest alive. When your life continues moving forward, whether someone is present or not, your presence gains weight, because now your time feels intentional. Another powerful dynamic that sparks desire is emotional leadership. This doesn't mean controlling someone or dominating conversations. It means setting the emotional tone. If the interaction feels playful, curious, and relaxed, people naturally associate those emotions with you. Our brains work through emotional association. If someone repeatedly experiences positive emotions during interactions with you, laughter, curiosity, thoughtful conversation, their mind begins linking those feelings to your presence. And that association slowly builds attraction. But there's one more layer that many people miss entirely: scarcity. The human mind values things that feel rare, not artificially rare, but naturally meaningful. When your attention, time, and energy feel selective rather than constant, they become more impactful. A message feels more exciting. A conversation feels more memorable because it doesn't happen endlessly. This isn't about withholding affection. It's about having a life rich enough that your attention isn't given automatically. You have goals, passions, friends, direction, and when someone sees that your world continues moving forward with purpose, something fascinating happens. They begin wondering where they fit inside that world. That question is powerful, because once someone begins imagining their place in your life, their mind becomes emotionally invested in the answer. And emotional investment, when mixed with curiosity and respect, slowly transforms into desire. Not forced desire, not manipulated desire, but the natural kind that grows when someone realizes they're dealing with a person who knows their worth and never needed to prove it. There is one final truth about attraction that most people never understand until it's too late. Desire is not created by trying to become someone else. It's created the moment you stop abandoning who you are. Many people walk into relationships carrying a quiet fear. The fear that if they show their real personality, their real opinions, their real lifestyle, the other person might lose interest. So they edit themselves, they soften their humor, they hide their passions, they adjust their behavior to fit what they think the other person wants. And slowly, without realizing it, they trade authenticity for approval. But here's the paradox of human psychology. The more someone tries to earn approval, the less interesting they often become, because attraction feeds on individuality. Think about the people who leave a lasting impression on you. They usually have something unique about them, a perspective, an energy, a way of seeing the world that feels different. They're not trying to be liked by everyone, they're simply comfortable being themselves. That comfort creates emotional gravity. When someone feels grounded in their own identity, their presence naturally stands out. Conversations feel effortless because they're not performing. Their humor feels natural. Their opinions feel genuine. And authenticity has a strange power over the human mind. People trust it. More importantly, they feel safe around it. When a woman senses that you are emotionally honest, not trying to impress, not trying to manipulate the interaction, it removes the invisible tension that exists in many dating dynamics. Suddenly, the conversation feels real, and real connection is incredibly rare in a world full of filtered personalities. But authenticity alone is not enough. The other ingredient that transforms attraction into desire is emotional courage. Emotional courage means being comfortable with uncertainty. It means understanding that not every person will feel drawn to you, and that's perfectly okay. When someone is secure enough to accept that reality, they stop chasing validation, and something fascinating happens. They become far more attractive. Because confidence is not loud or dramatic. Real confidence is quiet acceptance. It's the calm understanding that your worth does not rise or fall based on one person's opinion. When you carry that mindset into your interactions, your energy changes. You listen more carefully, you speak more honestly, you laugh more freely, and the interaction stops feeling like a performance. Instead, it feels like two people discovering whether they genuinely enjoy each other's presence. That discovery process is where real attraction lives. Because desire is not built through pressure, it's built through emotional experience. The shared moments, the laughter, the conversations that feel unexpectedly deep. Those experiences create emotional memory, and the brain becomes attached to the feeling it associates with you. Over time, that feeling can turn into something powerful: curiosity, admiration, and sometimes even longing. But the key is this: you never forced it. You simply showed up as someone who respects themselves, values their time, and lives a life that feels meaningful. And when someone encounters that kind of presence, it naturally stands out in a world where many people are still trying to prove their worth. Now, I want to ask you something personal. Have you ever noticed someone becoming more interested in you the moment you stopped trying so hard to impress them? Write your experience in the comments. Your story might help someone else understand this psychology too. And if this message made you see relationships differently, take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who might need to hear this today. Sometimes the most powerful change in attraction doesn't come from learning how to chase someone. It comes from finally understanding your own value.